So, I'd like to welcome everyone today to this meetup. So, next is I have my teammate, so Divya. So, she has come here to share her story, and I have told her that please don't go into technology related things more, because this session is like try to show something what you have done or something, but she will not get much into technical. And so at the end of the day, once she speaks, completes the speech, you guys can ask the question. Okay, so we'll just see what is going to speak. Thank you.
Hello all, welcome to this Career Growth Meetup. Myself, Divya Priya Muthuvel. I'm working as Associate DevOps Engineer in SloopStash. So basically this session I would like to take in a way like how as a woman after multiple career restarts I'm standing here. So basically it's mostly for my sisters who are having multiple restarts. So to begin with, like after college, I started my career in Cognizant as systems engineer, and I worked there for almost 3 years, gaining a lot of knowledge. So initially, I got married in 2019, and since I was married to a person who was working in abroad, I left my job and I moved abroad in 2020. If you hear this year, I think you will remember Corona year. I was very lucky to move during Corona time. Immediately when I went there, they told this is not going to happen. You have to move back to India. So I was like, I left my job. I moved here. Again, I'm here without a job and also newly married without much financial support. I wasn't like, are you what about jail? At that moment, why this is happening in my life. So during the peak Corona time, what I did was I was in Tamil Nadu and in a new home with my husband. What I did was, okay, the least possible thing that I can do now is I will try to find a new job. I started to attend interviews. During that time, they were, since you all know, we will not be able to go for an in-person interview, or there was so much confusion in the world. So, but what I tried was, I told openly, I'm ready to travel, like relocate to other states also. So, because of that positive approach, I got selected in a bank-based client in Bangalore. So, my family told you should not go to, during this time, you might take corona, it's not safe. But what I did was I traveled from Tamil Nadu to Bangalore. I stayed in PJ myself. I stayed there for 1 month and did training and I got the job and I came back to Tamil Nadu and I did work from home from there afterwards. So why I would like to share here this event was woman as a woman, we might be, and because of a family pressure, we might sometimes we would be leaving our job or leaving whatever the dreams we have. But whenever we get the opportunity, we should try to move forward. Like we should take some extra effort to go to get what I want. So if I had been in Cognizant itself, I would have not got that better job with a better domain. From production support, I went to my vulnerability management and I moved into IDL. So these things happen because of that. So what I used to think is, even in today's life, we see a lot of layoffs because of AI, something or something else. But what I personally want to tell to those people is, if something's happening at that time, might be it will take us from the place to the place where we actually deserve. We might go to a deserved place where we might get a better position or better package. So we should have that aspect in our life. And this is why I want to tell as a first restart the career that I had. And next phase is like I had a beautiful girl child, and this time it was like I was in a position that it was my decision to leave my job and to take care of my kid. So since because of some personal reasons, it was my decision. But what I faced during that time was a lot of self-doubts and inferiority complexes, like whether I'll be able to work again, like whether I took a wrong decision, whether I'll be able to restart my career, whether I'm taking myself for granted. These things were running in my mind. Like most of the people, like as a woman, we see these things in our day-to-day life. But what I did was, I decided, okay, let me start do a small thing. Got a second-hand laptop and I started to study AWS. Why AWS means during that time, during 2021, it was entirely shifting to cloud. So if I want to enter again into the field, obviously they'll be expecting me to know cloud. So I started to learn AWS and I did a beginner-friendly AWS certification. What did I started to attend interviews, but I was not getting any job because I don't have any hands-on experience. So I was thinking, okay, last time I got the job, but this time I'm not getting job. Where I'm missing, like that I was thinking. And then I started to check with my friends. They told, if in case if you want to get a hands-on, proper hands-on experience, they recommended to me to Instructors. So through my friend, I came to Instructors and I went through all the curriculum and I joined here in the John Sachs class. From the day one, what difference I saw here was the genuinity. The people here are the way different from other institutions. They don't just tell the theory concepts and move on fastly. They will just try to explain something and try to do hands-on simultaneously. So whatever you do, it will be in your laptop. It will not be at somewhere else where where access will be gone after that course. Or it will not be like you have to pay for that if you want to do hands-on extra. It will be in your laptop. You can do whenever you want, whatever you want. And if you have any errors, you can check with them and then you can rectify it. So there's a genuinity in the course. So what made me encourage me was this made me to do hands-on whenever I am free, and I was able to do participation in open source contribution. Like during our like classes, there was an opportunity to contribute to open source. So John sir and Sujan was one more person who arranged those events, and they encouraged us to contribute to open source by hand holding us. They will give a topic on how to work it, they will guide us, and then we personally did some research and we contributed to the open source. And also we wrote few articles in the medium related to that. So this encouraged me to get a confidence that I'm able to do in this new field. Like I'm able to get the hands-on experience. So what the real good thing happened was, since I was actively participating and there was an opportunity from SloopStash that they invited me whether you're willing to do an internship in SloopStash. I was very happy to be part of SloopStash. The reason main here thing was I see the people here, the way of thinking the people have here is really different from the IT culture. So I thought I want to be part of it and I want to learn this way of thinking. But what difficulty I faced from my family and my friends was, do you have to start again from scratch, from intern? Because since you already have 4 years of experience, your friends are running this much, your relatives are running this much. Better you be in home for some more years and again you restart. Don't restart from zero. But what I had in my mind was, there is nothing like restarting from this point or that point. One learning curve is important. What I am knowing today, what I'll be learning tomorrow is important. So I decided that I joined wholeheartedly and I learned a lot of way of thinking from actually how to handle research oriented things, how to handle a task. Because in what my previous experience, in 1 month we'll be getting an HKT, then we'll be doing the same task for rest of the thing until you switch to another new problem or another role or another project. But here it will not be like that. You will be you have to work on different tasks every 2 weeks. The way you think, the way you analyze are entirely different. So it was like training myself. More than training technically, it was training myself to face failures. Because if I do assertive, if you work on 10 things, for me, 9 things won't work. That is the reality. But to accept that, okay, this is not working for me, because I was not able to be in a position to accept that, oh, it's not working, why it's not working for me. I was like, I don't know, that's why it's not working for me. But to overcome that barrier and understand that working culture, Those things helped a lot me in shaping myself. Shaping myself. So during this time, I worked on a lot of technologies and I have contributed in open source also. So today, I would like to show a small demo, like how to use SloopStash Docker repo and set up a local AI interview buddy. So for this,
Okay. So you're going to do the demo, right? Okay. So that's a technical part. Okay. So he has spoken a lot.
yeah, too fast, sorry.
Pretty fast there.
Hmm.
What is your take on this?
It's very interesting.
Questions. So there are lots of ladies here. So we have asked questions.
Hello, John.
Hello, John. Okay. Yes, Ji.
Yeah, this is Srinivas.
Yes.
Yeah. First
yes,
of all, I have to congrats are confident and the courage. Very much impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good,
Your
good
questions?
approach.
Inba, your questions.
No questions. All good. No questions.
Voice is
Find it, talking unmute around. Okay, I think, yeah, find it. Thank you. So I'm going to ask questions. You are not going to. Right? No questions. Yes. So having said that, I think, can you put your slide on? I usually don't ask questions, by the way, when we are having conversation. Put the previous slide. Previous. Okay. Yeah. So she said that she is from, you got multiple restarts. So I'm going to question about it. What she was having is starting from zero. So that is from zero, starting from zero. She has been already in some place and got stuck and again resign again. So that's a cycle. Okay. So in this
not zero, non-eight.
So in this cycle of restarting, you have been a part of this 2023 DevOps DevOps batch, and so in the 2023 July or mostly August, we started it. And now it is almost 2026. So you've been with us for 2 years. Okay. What was the transformation that you were able to see in you?
Ready to accept failures and ready to move on from failures and how to take away something from that and to try again. So it's not that it's not working for me, let me run away from this. That runaway nature was within me from my childhood. It's an issue, let me run away. Let me find something else. But trying to attempt that again and again somewhere, it was like trying my nerve to touch that. Okay, let me try what's going to happen. It might not work again. Okay, let me try at least first that. That ready to accept that failure was the main thing that I learned. Because people, what I feel nowadays is, as I told you, I was working in a nature where I get a KT, I do that, I repeat that. If I get another project, I again get KT, I do that, repeat that. There is no lot of efforts. I don't see failures every time in factory. But in this kind of work in research, I see failures every day. I should be able to ready to like the way of thinking has molded me as it has improved over these years. That's what I wanted in this work culture. Still, I'm learning. I think I will be a better person someday.
Can you go to our website?
Yes.
You can go to our website and can you website, I think sloopstash.com. Yeah, this one. SloopStash.com. This one is this. SloopStash.com. Okay, இங்க resources போயிட்டு announcements open. So I just want to show something that what she has helped on us. Okay. Maybe that cannot be a kind of a very technical thing. Restarts and then changing of the mindset, right? So how mindset will change? Now you can you click this one, this picture. And, so yeah, I think this is enough. So just put this one. So you guys may have this. You may have received it as a link, so you have seen that. So whenever I am trying to design any course structure or any frame or something like that, I am not a person who is good at understanding what people want to learn. I am good at some other thing, but when I design some things, what I ask her is I get her time like 2 or 3 hours, and she helps me to put this kind of a content. Okay, so you see here the transformation in the mindset. So if someone has to suggest me, they have to be somewhat knowing something. So they can't just like that come and say something. You put this and that. It will be like a kind of a fun. So most of the times, what I have seen in her particularly, not to just boast about it, but I just want to always say, her way of thinking. Suppose I mean, whatever tasks which I allocate to her, okay. Those tasks are mostly research oriented tasks. So we don't give anything which is already there. Okay. So we just give something. So she was doing some health charts research last year, and most of the AI related things which SloopStash is now running with the containers, Kubernetes, Docker, and all that. I may have executed some demo. I didn't personally do any research. I was just telling her to do it. Okay. And what she has done in all those things is the solutions which she is trying to provide was far more a person who can think well, can only provide that kind of a solutions, particularly in health charts development, and particularly in the area of AI-based workload executions, whether it is in Docker or Kubernetes. Now, you guys have to remember that we don't copy anything from the internet. Whatever we are trying to build in SloopStash, even every single piece of code, I'm very sure that it should not be AI generated. Okay? So it's not that easy for a person working in with us that to just copy and paste something. So we may use AI as an assistant, but we will not totally rely on AI and copy the thing and just put. We have our own standard setup. We don't bypass it. So having said that, her suggestions in most of the things which I give to me and the work which I give to her, the suggestions will be more mature. She knows how to abstract things, how to extend things, and how to, I mean, my mindset, which I have something on my mind needs, and when I tell that certain things to her, she was able to extend and improve that. That is the most important change of, that's what she is talking about, change of mindset. In the last 2 years, maybe from that open source, it's almost 2.5 years, I have been seeing her and the way how she is now getting transformed, as she told that out of 9 things don't work. It is because that we don't do the repetitive things. We do something, the things may not work. Okay, and we have to find some other thing. So this is a continuous evolution that we actually do. Okay, so the change of mindset and the way how we think has to improve. Okay, knowledge is good, wisdom is good. So you have knowledge. Maybe in the sessions you get a lot of knowledge. You know this command, that command, putting this and all that. You may get something working done. Everything is working, but we have to apply this knowledge to the practical reality. That we can't do always in the session because the time span is 7.5 hours. Sorry, 7.5 months. In the 7.5 months, we can do more things, but we can't do all things. So we have to naturally generate the place where, I mean, we have to naturally start thinking. The change of mindset is important. And that's one of the important transformations I've seen in particularly in our organization. that she was whatever research that, and there are a few things what she has struggled also. That also you know. And through that struggles, what we generally tell is, okay, this you may not understand this time because this is too much for you. Okay, maybe the same thing you can try after 6 months, it may work for us. And it's one of the first solutions that we are providing. And this is how we as a company work. Okay, that is how working here is not a very easy thing. It's a kind of a challenging thing because we don't do the same thing again. Right? Okay, so these kinds of contents and all that help in producing this because I'm not good at this. These helps to reach many people. The points which you see here, all that. Okay, so these are all the credits that she has got. And personally, I want to ask you. So you don't talk much. What is the reason for that? Now she is talking having 10 minutes without any break. So why do you talk less? You have thinking mindset. Why do you talk less?
Very clever people never talk.
Correct.
So I have two different characters. Like either I talk too much, else I don't talk at all. So I cannot talk too much with people who are more knowledgeable.
Because
I don't want to usually I feel like John, how you are managing us because you are too much of knowledge. Like you manage us very well that he doesn't teach us treat us like something like okay, it's okay, you try this. Like he will not even have daily calls. He believes in us, he give tasks, he will understand us. Like without even talking much, he will know like this task will take this much time and this much time she will take based on the nature. So these things, since seeing you, I feel like sometimes I feel like okay, I should talk to you and try to learn more attitude, like how you are handling things, those things from you. Since I'm a bit of an introvert, I don't try that much.
So you yourself accept you are an introvert.
Yes.
Okay, and they just not okay.
So if I get an opportunity to meet daily in person, might be I'll be able to grasp more how he is working towards something or the way of approach. Because every month, no, if we don't talk usually, but whenever I'm talking to him, he'll come up with some other new idea. Like all of a sudden, he'll tell me, we are going to try WTB. We will tell we are going to set up a data center here. We are doing this, we are doing that. I used to think how this man is thinking all this and trying to implement at the same time because I'm not able to cross over the single failure. Like these things, I'm really inspired from you, John. I won't talk much, but I'm like. I'm getting inspiration from his long distance. Maybe the long distance is the matter that I'm not able to talk much.
Very good.
Mm.
So the reason what is, as I told, right, when we do 10 things, out of 10 things, obviously the 6 things may fail. Okay. But the thing is, all the 10 things which we are trying to do are something which is not being there. Okay. If it is there means there's no chance of failure. It's already done. We have a laptop means we have a laptop. But we are going to create a laptop, then it may happen, it may not happen. It will work, it will not work. So that is how slowly we build systems in place, the data center or whatever which we do. And I really share all that we are doing. So as a part of a small team, whether it is Inceptus or SloopStash, I try to be more transparent and I try to share most of my, sometimes you guys may think, right? I think I have shared a lot of what kind of mindset do I have maybe after 5 years, what SloopStash has to be and where is the field where we have to go and what we have to do. So those kinds of things, when you start transparently sharing what is in your mindset, you will get a support from a group of people, definitely. Okay, so don't restrict your knowledge. So it's always like the corporate managerial mindset that you restrict your knowledge just like this and don't share anything with people. So then we also can't grow. Correct, Anna? So always try to share what you know. And in the last 7 years, we have been sharing a lot of things. And now on the okay. Yes. As you give it more back to the people, you will start growing. So I like Shivling and all. We have spoken a lot of things today. He's giving back now. One time he was getting, now he is giving back. So that then again, maybe after 3 years, if he's coming here and speaking, maybe in some other different level. So this is what it is. Okay, finally one question. So you have worked with the generative AI. She has actually did that initial research. I was just giving guidance. You have worked on Kubernetes. You have worked on this, how to integrate this generative AI related things in Kubernetes. What was that you learned exactly? How was that learning part? What was your approach?
Oh, I will do first of all research. Initially when I started here, there were no GPTs. So mostly it was based on whatever available in internet. So we see most of the stats, what they have done already, different GitHub repos, whether it's already available, like Bento repos, like that, whether it is if it is existing or not, or more similar model is existing or not, like that. I will try to find it out. Then I will try to come up and tell to you, this is what available, and this is the thing that I'm getting from this. Then you used to give a structure, you will be having a structure, and you used to provide that structure. And I'll try to bring that within that structure, because here we have a structure, which unique structure we follow. So I try to bring that within that structure. But after GPTs, now the scenario is very much different. Now it's like we are mostly, it's like checking with the GPTs, like whether when talking to trying to understand what are the different ways available, and trying to bring, because then before, now trying to understand a concept is way more easier. With GPTs, you can learn something or try to know something or become an expert in something quicker than before. People fear this will take my job, that will take my job. But if you are ready to take that as your companion, you will be learning it faster than before. Because earlier and all, if I want to ask a doubt to someone, I have to wait for that person's time. But now with the help of GPT, I can clear the doubt. I can also move forward easily. So that advantage is there in our hand now. So it is easy for us to build something or learn something. That way it's easier, but making it unique or different, it needs thoughts from a knowledgeable person. So that is needed.
No, very good. Any other questions you guys have? Companion point was good. Yeah.
I just want to highlight one thing. Usually I will connect with Divya weekly once. I never knows she's from non-IT background. I thought she's from IT only. She usually explains configuration in class session also. Each and everything she elaborately explains. So by seeing her success is very
okay.
I need to take.
Maybe you get reflection from it.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, good comments. Okay, so what's the thing you have planned for execution? You can proceed with that. You guys can see and ask questions. Maybe you don't have to ask technically, because that takes a bit. We will learn that in our sessions. But
okay, so this is the Olama stack that is available in our SloopStash Docker repo. John sir told you get hands-on experience during a class session. So I will just take you through the steps, and I'll because I'm not going to do the hands-on here, because pulling the model will take a lot of time. So I have already done it from my end. So I'll just tell you the steps here. First thing is I'll take you to the slide. So it's like basically as we usually do, we will clone the repo. So first we have to clone the Docker repo. And once you have cloned the Docker repo, what we will be doing is we have to follow the steps mentioned in this documentation. Here what we are using Docker Compose, we will apply a Olama stack here. What this stack technically has is it has a lot of LLM models in this. So whatever LLM model you want to talk to or you want to discuss with, you can run it with, by containerizing it using Docker. So using this command, we will be upping a stack, and then what we will do is once the container starts running, we will try to chat with that particular model using the Open Web UI. So this is the thing that
Which model you are going to use?
Llama.
Llama.
So this is the Open Web UI user interface. Here we are chatting with the Llama model. So what I did here is, here in Open Web UI, there is an option in settings for system prompt. So in system prompt, you can tell to that model how to behave, so that you don't have to talk to it. Make it remember every day. This is how you have to talk. This is how you have to tell. So what system prompt basically I have given here is like I have told my entire story here. Like, so see, you are my AA career coach. You are this one, and this is my experience. This is what I have done previously, and this is what I would like to do in future, and what are the experience I would like to gain, and how you should behave, and how you should teach me, and what you should teach me, and which way you should talk to me. So these details I have given here. Basically, this thing
So one second, that's slow. Is this a prompt?
Prompt, yeah.
Okay.
So this prompt I did with the help of GPT only. I spoke to GPT. See, this is my life history. I want to do this in next 2 to 3 years. Then I told it, if give me a prompt which I can use in the web UI, so that I can set up a personal assistant, which I can use that even in offline mode. So this assistant,
which means you don't have to
need internet, so the data privacy will be there. So whatever I am talking to it or whatever it's suggesting, it's entirely offline. So I have given the same prompt here, and then so if I just start discussing it, it will give me the suggestions. Like it will remember the conversations that we have, and I can daily update to it like just a companion, like whoever checks with me whether I have studied or not, whether what topic I'm covering. Like if I want to, if I tell like I have studied or asking questions, it might ask 1 or 2 questions. I can just use it in a way that I want. It's not like that you can use it as only an interview buddy. You can also use it as whatever, like habit tracker, health tracker, or passive income tracker. So whatever you would like to do in your life, you can use it as an assistant for yourself, which is private. It's not, sometimes we talk a lot to ChatGPTs nowadays. We share a lot of things, personal things. If you feel this will be getting stored somewhere in there, you can also use it as an emotional support. So it is actually a private, as well as it will be in your system. And you can use it in whatever way you want. You can modify it. It's very simple because you'll be just adding a system prompt. So you're not you're not wasting your internet also here. It's very simple and it can be done just with help of or SloopStash Docker repo itself. So that's what I would like to do a demo here. In case if you want to ask anything, you can ask.
They don't available. And this will reply. Example.
Yeah, it will reply. Like if you see, I just told I asked how can I prioritize my time and focus on the most important areas of this work. It is replying. Since I don't like if it replies too much, I will add command like please reply in 1 or 2 lines, which is more important. We can modify the command prompts so that it will react in a way we want. Like how we talk to one-to-one with the person, like that, we can modify it. And it can help us because it will be difficult for us to keep everything like if you cover a topic, we can just make a system prompt to ask questions in that topic so that it can ask questions. You can just tell, you can discuss. It will help you, like in case we are not having a buddy, you can have it as a buddy and try.
So what is your comments on people? So they are pursuing this current batch, as you know that. So how do you recommend this kind of a system? Because offline, not internet oriented. How do you recommend, I mean, supposing, how do you recommend this can be used by them?
Like, since it's an LLM model, It's as far I tried, like it is recommending tools, like if you see, if I give, it will tell this topic, this much time you can cover. Like the suggestions it will
So
give.
can you give any practical example? Let's say, for example, Kubernetes. Okay, just give some practical example. So when they are actually getting into that topic, they may use this kind of a tool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell something like that? Even the model is not replying also, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, I will ask something. If you please suggest some questions so that you ask me questions in process management. Certainly, sir.
What do you need after the? What is?
Have you prepared this one yet? I'll personally design this element. Like,
It's actually in our SloopStash report. I just modified it system prompt so that I can use it from my end like this.
basic model.
So what she is saying is, guys, what she is demonstrating is the backend for this is running with one of our toolkit called SloopStash container kit. In that kit, we expose a lot of language models or machine learning models. Okay, so that all basically runs in Docker-based containers. So it can run in Kubernetes containers as well. Okay, so this is the user interface, right? So it's a open user interface. What she is trying to use as a personal interview buddy that you don't have to go to the, suppose sometimes AI and all brings privacy issues, right? So, I mean, we do a lot of, we will learn about it, privacy issues in AI. So this is something that is running in her system, which is basically based out of the Docker's kit, okay? And that is serving this web UI. The content is coming from there. Okay, so that's why what she is trying to tell is it's a total offline system. You don't need internet for this to work. So you can have your data protected. Supposing you wanted to ask anything about what is Linux process panel or something like that, you can just ask and it will be able to provide some data.
So basically, outside aids, right? Right. We'll do the threat scrapping again, the model training. In this one, what is the training she provided and where it is getting these details and all?
So basically, the system prompt. We are actually asking it to behave in this nature. So in case if I'm modifying this system prompt, it will behave in a different nature.
So saved it.
Okay, the nature is fine, but if we are asking any new question, meaning it has to search in the Elasticsearch mode and then find the data, right?
No, it will not search. That's what I'm saying. What happens is generally the machine learning models are certain models are very specific with certain amount of data. So like it can handle some kind of coding related data. Something can handle related to some kind of very familiar persons and general knowledge data. So there's lots of data in which the model has been trained. Okay. So the particular Llama 3.2, this is 3 billion parameter, which is a small model. If you try to, you see here, you have done a lot of, she has done a lot of prompts and she has made some kind of what is called as context. Okay. Generally, when it comes to generative AI, making generative AI understand what we are asking. So the prompt is basically a collection of some questions plus a context. So as you keep on chatting with that, it learns eventually from what you are asking and tries to bring some kind of a response. Okay. So if the language model cannot do it, it will definitely not give an answer. But certain language models with this 3 billion and all that, I think you can see here, it's given some example. It is not searching the internet or surfing or scraping. It is searching locally and building this out, right? So even if you try this without any, you can pull.
The point is then, since storing any documents, right?
No, they have a vector-based, scalar vector-based things that is built into the model. So when I say a machine learning model, the text words like the tokens which you talk about. So when I say Elasticsearch converts everything into token. I mean, this is data oriented, don't leave that one. So the tokens which we are having, so it's generally converted into a vector scalar structure, so numeric format, And that's how this machine learning models output. So it generates a response based on the scalar points that it is having inside. So that is how it is responding. So it doesn't need to go to the internet and scrape something and get. But the data which it is being provided to train that model, when you train a specific model with a machine learning algorithm, generally the output of the machine learning algorithm is like the data set you have given. So this is all trained with all the data. I think that is from the technology world kind of data. So it was able to give something out of it. Plus, she has asked a lot of questions. So that gives enough context for the generative AI language model to respond to. Maybe we will learn this particularly. We will learn a concept called RAG. We will learn a concept called language model execution, switching that. I think it is a part of our Docker Kubernetes subject.
It's a training model, correct?
Yeah, training model. The training model. And it's released by open source by Facebook.
Sure, I have a friend. Yeah, I do understand that the Llama model is already trained with some data sets. That model which you have used here. But I want to know that it is, yes, it is already trained. What form of the trained information there it is keeping that model? That model, if we are downloaded, it may be 1 GB or 2 GB or 10 GB. And that information is, for example, the Llama is trained with our Wikipedia data sets. If it is this LLM model is trained with Wikipedia data sets, that information, Wikipedia is.
That is what, when we say training the model and getting the particular language model as an output, it is all stored as a numeric format. Okay, when we download that 3 GB, right? For example, this is 3 billion parameter, which is a small model. But in the it is a scalar mathematics code. So it's not a binary, it's a kind of a scalar vector mathematics.
How much space it will take?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is the 3 billion model, so you get some 1.5 GB or 2 GB downloaded. Supposing if you are trying to see, for example, the DeepSeek coder, which is there, okay, coder language model. It will be, I think there is something is 270 billion parameters. The size of it is like 150 GB. So if you ask any Python code without any internet reference, if you have the adequate hardware, it will be able to run as in the Docker containers or the Kubernetes, it can run very effectively. Because all the tokens, Docker is a word.
That's what we have a challenge. Just once it is trained with our data, then we can't.
It can intelligently understand. She has given a lot of context. Each and every chat that you make in chat GPT or whatever it is, it provides enough context for the engine to understand what you are asking. And the next time the response will become much better based on the scalar deposits that it is having. But we will learn about it deeply. Mostly in the Docker sessions by the end of that, because AI is one part which we are going to cover. We will cover up to RAG, how to use a vector database to store embeddings.
But when it will be continuously integrated,
it will improve itself as you keep on asking and giving the. Supposing if you delete all the context which he has. So basically, what I'm saying as context means it's the chat history. The chat history and the prompts that you are providing, right? So these are all giving the context for the model to function. If you delete all that and ask a question, it may simply respond with some basic answers.
Just one question, like the improvisation, right? The improvisation, how will this happen? Whether it's giving some response. From our end, we are giving whether it's helpful or non-helpful, that kind of confirmation we are giving depends on the result it's improving or
based on what you have asked, what you have result. So next thing is, say, I want to know much more deeper about this. Say, let's say Docker Kubernetes. So it understands that. Okay, so that's the intelligence system. So it can understand that this guy is asking much more. Then it tries to give another transformative output. But AI outputs we can't say 100% right. There will be some plus or minus things will be there, but it can still generate. What she was trying to showcase here is, you wanted to learn something, you have learned Docker, right? So we have done a couple of Docker sessions and you wanted to build your own personal assistant to, I mean, apart from that, it's like a personal assistant. So you can put something, you may have understood something different about Docker. So you can say like my Docker, assistant. So you put your prompts, you start using it, and slowly it will understand about what you are asking, your way of viewing. And then later on, the responses will be much better.
That is purely based on context. Correct?
Yes, context. Context.
It's like whatever the model existing, you told vector, correct? Based on the ask, it won't add the additional words, correct?
Now, if you want to, okay, this is pre-trained model. Okay, with the data set as he told, Wikipedia data or any other technology or data. But supposing you wanted to train a model with an enterprise organization data, you want you have a flower bouquet shop, and you want this language model to understand that you are a owner of so and so flower bouquet shop. So you have to feed that data, and the model has to understand the response. So that's a concept called RAG. That helps you to do that. So that we will learn in the intent. So let's not go too technical into it, because that we will learn. So then there will be no interesting point in that session.
When we try and feed the data, it says that LLM.
That is purely pivot. Track model is purely pivot.
Yeah, that's also pivot. So your organization's enterprise data plus the pre-trained data is combined with the responsible.
Backend it will be that memory also will increase in the when we feed that kind of data, trying to track that space also will getting increased, right?
Space will increase if you are storing it as embeddings. If you generate more embeddings for your data, space will increase. Model space will not increase. It is static one. But the data which you store as embedding, that will keep on increasing. We will see what is an embedding. Okay, vector database and all. That's the significance of our sessions. So we will show all those things very deeply. Provided if we raise questions like this in the Docker sessions when we are demoing that. So these are all the hot topics that people are asking, particularly not just this AI alone, even for example, our data engineering candidates, they ask how we can run a Spark cluster in Kubernetes, which is a very important thing for data engineering people. So that all we will try to solve in the Kubernetes session. So with that, we will be able to understand data engineering parts, generative AI parts, how it is aligning with today's infrastructure. Okay. What's next? There you conclude.
So we had a very long session. I would like to thank everyone because coming here, I got a few more motivations from each one of you, like how every person is striving to move, pushing yourself to move to some place. Like you're not stagnating, you're not getting to be in one place, or trying to move from one place to another, and you're pushing yourself forward. So I'm taking that inspiration from each one of you, even after 16 years experience, 15 years experience. I'm very happy, and also I'm happy to see the freshers because this content is very far. Even the people who are having a lot of experience, or it will be difficult at some point. But for you, it is really a massive new thing. But you're very optimistic, and you're taking this way. I would like to congratulate all the freshers for taking this because this is not that easy. But be bold and try, and hopefully, thank you everyone. And I'd like to conclude.